Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Marveling in the Madness with me, Dominic Tor, and my good friend Stephen Matembu. How are you, my friend?
Yeah, not too bad. How are you?
Yeah, I'm tired, but I'm all right. Back to work. You know how it is.
I've never
Two,
left, so yes.
2 weeks off, sitting in the sun. It's all good.
Where did you go?
I went to Kos, nice little Greek island.
Hmm.
Beautiful, beautiful weather.
Good time?
It was great. Don't recommend coming back with food poisoning, but that's life.
Is it? Is it like hmm.
Oh dear. Other than that, I enjoyed the swimming and the reading and the that's it. Swimming and reading and eating. That was about my life for a week.
Food poisoning.
And then food poisoning. But that was on arrival home, so I can live with that. Oh dear.
Oh, fun. So,
So, what stories do you have for us this week?
no,
I'm doing the intro. You're doing the story.
no. I said you can just do the intro. You don't steal the rest of the show. Anywho, I suppose I'll continue. Well, obviously, it's been 2 weeks since we probably did a podcast now. Well, possibly three by this point, by the time it gets released. But yeah, some major news for me. Everyone else can suck it. South Africa won the World Cup. I always knew they were gonna do it, to be fair, so I wasn't too worried. And that's all I have to say. I mean, it's not the most dramatic of wins. Like each what was it, quarterfinal, semi-final, and final, all won by 1 point. So yeah, can't say I was super duper confident because yeah, 1 point is not enough. But in a weird
Certainly,
way, it is enough.
certainly messaging you. You were rather. I would say it was dramatic enough from your messages that we shared during the games.
Don't recall these messages at all. What are you talking about?
And having watched the semi-final with you, where you looked like a bag of nerves.
No, I think no, nerves probably wasn't the right way to put it. It's more like a sulky teenager, just because I knew we could play better, and it was just really frustrating to watch. I'm like, what team have you put out? Even I, as like not never been a rugby coach ever, I could see that this is a terrible idea. You just don't go with the same squad as before. You make the changes. It's a bigger occasion. Don't take England for granted, and we almost, well, yeah, technically, I'd say we almost lost because of it. But we made the right changes in the end. But I feel like had we started better with the original changes that I had in mind, and probably the rest of South Africa for that matter too, would have probably gone in our favor. Obviously, I can't say that for sure, but that's how I would have felt about it. Because that first half was just diabolical to watch from a South African fan point. But props to England as well. They did play well. I mean, they got further than I thought they were going to get, to be honest. I mean, I say that, but they also had the easiest ride to the quarters and the semis. So,
We got to where I
you know,
predicted. I predicted we'd get to the semis only because we had an easy end of the draw. But as I said, I think at the start I predicted a South Africa France final, and I thought France would win it. But since you knocked them out in the quarterfinals, then it was always, I guess you were always my favourites. Although on form, I think heading into the final, New Zealand were probably just on form, probably the better side at the time. But you never rule South Africa out from winning. So certainly in the quarterfinals, they probably had the best game I can remember watching. So South
mm,
Africa, that is.
no, they played really well. Plagued by some yellow cards, and as were we. So I think I don't know. I think it kind of went 50-50. If you asked me in the day, I'd be like the ref's a little cheater. But now I look back at it a little bit more. I'm like, he swung both ways, so I can't be too mad.
I think the referees. In fact, I must say, from quarterfinals, semi-finals, and finals, I thought the refs did a good job generally. I'm not saying
Mm.
everything was perfect, but generally
Oh,
speaking, I thought the refereeing was pretty good.
it's never going to be, but no, I'm also glad they got a lot more cameras because I feel like in previous years, especially in the not England, South Africa New Zealand game, some of the forward passes probably would have been missed, and that would have changed the whole entire game.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely grateful for some of the decisions. So I can't be too mad.
No. I thought the referees got it right, especially the final. To be honest, I thought most of the decisions were spot on. Especially as a neutral, it was easy to say that.
Hmm.
So yeah,
But yeah, congrats to them. I think when they play, it just means something more. Because I was kind of having this conversation, and I don't want to take winning away from anybody else, but I feel like when South Africa do win, especially last year, or not last year, 4 years ago, it's like it means so much to South Africa as a nation. So it's not just about the sport of rugby itself; it's about what it actually means, and how it brings people together and brings hope that people from all different backgrounds and whatnot can all strive towards being better in one goal. It's not always just about the rugby; it's just showing what we can do when we really put our minds to it. And yeah, I think there's such a positive message. Obviously, a lot more needs to go on in South Africa. We're not going to go into their politics because you'll be here all night. But it's just something positive for a couple of months that people can hold on to for a little while when things are quite rough out there.
yeah, that's just true. You certainly see what it means from the outside. Yes, congratulations to South Africa, and
Yes.
we'll just go wait 4 years till the next one now.
Yeah, but we also got Six Nations soon, so February, which is not that long away, and I think that's going to be exciting because a lot of people would have retired. So we'll see.
Yeah, it should be good. Should be a good tournament. In the meantime, I've got the Premiership Rugby. Pollard and Visa about this weekend, and along with all the England and things contingent. So should be a good weekend of rugby. Hopefully.
Yeah, things are back to normal.
Indeed. So, in terms of other stories this week, I read quite an amusing one from America where there is a restaurant that is charging families extra if they can't look after their kids right. So they're charging them extra if their kids are noisy or loud. It also seems that they're probably abusing it slightly and just charging people who have kids, seemingly. But
Yeah,
certainly,
because when I first read it, sorry to cut you off. When I first read it, I was like, it kind of sounds like a good idea before I went into actually reading the story. I was like, yeah, people probably should do that. Like, your kids are overly noisy and loud. You should, because you're ruining the experience for everybody else. Nobody asks you to bring your kids there and be overly outlandish. But then, like, when you actually read into it, it's just that the slightest little things, because they're like, oh, they ran out the door to do whatever. I'm like, they probably walked out and just went and played. But like, no, we've got to add an extra charge. And I was like, nah, you're ruining it. Like, I like the idea if like you're overly noisy. Yeah, maybe $50 or whatever it was is a bit much, but throw them maybe at $10 or in the UK £10. I think that'd be a good idea.
you could apply it to other walks of life, like in your environment of the gym. Like if you don't wipe down your kit, you get a $2 fine.
Oh gosh, wouldn't have half the members. Wouldn't have half the members. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, or you've got your music on loudspeaker rather than in your earphones in the gym. That's another $2 fine.
To be fair, that actually doesn't happen.
I'm sure it doesn't. Probably. I was just.
I don't know what you're going for. I don't think it happens because everyone's sort of have their own headphones in, which is kind of nice. So you can
Yeah.
actually listen to whatever they listen to.
If you
But
just
yeah.
stand there and stare at yourself in the mirror rather than doing exercise, that's another $2 fine.
Okay, just leave the gym environment alone. It's not that bad. Okay.
I'm not saying it is. I'm just using it as an example because you happen to be in it.
Stop trying to throw my people under the
I
bus.
enjoyed going to the gym when I was younger.
What? All of twice, I think? Or
Oh
was it
no,
even once?
I went for a long time when I was younger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but haven't for a few years now. There's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with gym people. I'm just saying people. You could find people. You could do the same in. It's quite difficult in my work environment. I suppose you could. People who are too loud. That's what that you could find people for being too loud. Talk at a quieter octave.
Or just nobody speak at all. Yeah. Silence.
Silence. That'd be nice.
Sounds would be good.
The sound of silence is a wonderful sound.
Is it technically a sound?
I don't know, but it's pleasant, so I'm taking it.
I don't think you can class it as a sound.
No, you can't. But it is a song.
Then
You just
it
you just
wouldn't really
ruined
be
a classic
silent.
song.
It would be silent if it's a sound.
It wouldn't fit the tune very well if it was just silence.
Well, then obviously they'd be lying. You know what I mean?
It's
No
too.
good, is it? It's just
Hello,
no good.
darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
What's that going to do with silence?
Among the silence.
Well, if you're talking and there's not silence, the whole song, rubbish.
Well, there we go. Yeah, you've just ruined the whole song. I like it. So, what news story do you have for me, my friend?
Oh, I'm not done with silence. No.
No, you can be silent and get on with the next song.
Well, if I'm silent, then we're not going to get on, are we?
We never get on. It's fine. Carry on.
The next one. I mean, you sent me one about a starfish, and I'm not entirely sure what's going on with the starfish. I'll talk about the starfish.
Starfish. Yeah. So apparently, starfish, it turns out, are just heads.
I
Everyone's
mean,
been
that's
like,
not that outlandish when you think about it.
no, but everyone for ages has been like, where's the starfish's head? It's just a load of body, and now they've studied it. They think it's probably more just a head than a body. It's at some place, body's just fallen off, and it's just a head now.
This is where all the like bits of government granted it. I mean, of all the things to be worried about, it's like, oh, it's a starfish head. I can't ever say I've just literally sat down and be like, you know what? I don't think a starfish is just a head, you know.
Hey, sometimes you know. So now we could start using it as like bobbleheads and things, just a starfish.
I just think it's so dumb. Like, maybe I'm too tired. For all the things you could be like researching into, it's just like it's not that important to people.
Well, compared to some
Clearly,
stuff
it
that
is.
people do research, then yeah, it's quite it's interesting at least. At least it's interesting. Like
Yeah.
biologically, it's they reckon like the things that make up a starfish would like match most species' heads.
Have you ever questioned it yourself? You ever just thought of, like looked at a starfish and be like, that's just one head? Or did you just look and be like, it's just a starfish, bro?
Well, I do, but I'm sure there's a biological reason for understanding what it is, how it's
I'd
got to
love
where
to
it's got
hear
to.
it. I would love to hear it.
Yeah, it's interesting to know where things have come from when you can work out where it's heading, where it's
Where it's
the
heading.
development.
Very good. Funny.
Uh, Excellent.
Okay.
You can go head to head with a starfish, literally now.
Maybe I'm just being horrible, but I don't know. I just think that's a waste of a government grant, isn't it? To me.
Mate, people put bananas on the wall, and that's art. So researching starfish, it's
I'd
fine.
rather have the banana than the wall, to be honest.
That says much about you, my friend. But well,
I'm okay with
let's
that.
move. Let's move
Like
on.
I'm
What?
going to be more bothered by a banana on the wall than looking at starfish and be like, you know what, guys, that's one giant head there, and just walk away and just don't say nothing afterwards.
You're gonna remember it now, though, aren't you?
Nope. As soon as this conversation is done, I'm not gonna care about it ever again.
That's going straight out of your head.
Yep. You move all the way along.
Oh dear. Oh dear. So tell me about that other story that you have for us.
Well, I think this is more interesting because not to say that one wasn't, it was the highlight of my life. Well, they always say like dolphins are intelligent creatures and they like behave sort of like humans. So I find it kind of interesting. You know, most people smoke weed or whatever, pass around, get high. Dolphins are doing the same things with pufferfish, getting high of the toxins. Now, see, I think that is entertaining and fun.
But why? But why would anyone want to research that as well? What do dolphins do? Oh, they get high. Why? Let's just research dolphins getting high.
Because they're intelligent creatures, but also they want to get high. So I think we're very similar in nature, whereas I don't think, oh, it's just a floating weird head thing. Let me research into that. That's phenomenal. This is what I'm using UK grant money. I don't even know if it's in the UK, but I'm like,
Uh,
a waste. What an absolute waste.
it'd be quite all right with researching dolphins doing drugs.
100%. It's more relatable. People do drugs. Dolphins
People
are
have heads.
intelligent. What about them? So, oh, I don't know.
Oh, I love how that's the thing that's got you going.
Don't go. Yeah, I just think what a waste of money.
I quite like it. I think it's an interesting find.
Maybe like work with octopuses. They're quite smart as well. Or
Don't
octopi.
forget, I come from a field that just researches rocks and things, so
Yeah, but that has a purpose.
sometimes.
I feel like it would do, otherwise you wouldn't have a job in it.
I'm not saying my job isn't, but like there's like very specific niches of doctorates where you like research very specific things to do with rocks. That for most people would have very little impact on their day to day, if at all.
Okay, but why did they do this research?
Don't know. I'd have to look into the ins and outs. Sometimes it's just doing for interest, Why is a rock formation formed a certain way?
Hey, everyone's gonna have a hobby, I guess. But that's why I cut it short on people studying starfish. But whatever. Each to their own.
Oh dear. Anyway, yes, dolphins getting high. It's quite an interesting story.
We're just shutting down each other's stories, mainly just me. But I don't know, I just looked at that story. I was like, why? It's
That's
just why?
it's probably quite a pleasant experience for a dolphin getting high.
I think so.
Not that I've ever been high, so I can't actually say, but I imagine there must be some enjoyment in getting high since enough people do it. So I imagine dolphins have a similar release of endorphins,
Yeah,
maybe
but
whatever it is
that's
that
what we'll
is
say. It's
released.
no different to probably having a drink just on a higher scale. So your euphoric feeling is a lot higher.
Yeah, not for me, but I I can understand.
No, I'm not judging anybody who does. I just think,
But
why not?
yeah, but I can see why dolphins might be interesting. It's quite amusing that they found out that that's how they could do it, just swinging a puffer fish between them.
I think that's more the funny thing because, like in my head, I just imagine them like all just in a circle, just smashing the hell out of puffer fish, just passing around along to each other, just and then just telling really dumb stories. Why not?
So dumb.
You don't know that. We don't speak dolphin.
I might do.
No, you do not. You speak starfish, which is useless.
At least I won't be talking to a body. I'd be talking to a head at least.
Yeah, but it's a whole entire thing. So it's not just a body, it's a head as well. What use is just the head? Useless.
It's got a brain. Talks to you.
Has it really? I'd rather watch jellyfish, which apparently have no brain whatsoever. You see, some of you should be studying jellyfish. Way more interesting. Tell me about jellyfish. Don't tell me about starfish.
There's apparently been some interesting jellyfish turning up off the coast of England recently because of I can't remember if it's global warming or something. But anyway, there's been some interesting ones turning up off the coast of England apparently.
See, they're cool little creatures.
I think it was a box jellyfish. I think that's what it's called. I might be
I
wrong.
don't know.
Quite big apparently, but they're not very poisonous.
Hmm.
I don't even know if they're a jellyfish. Is it poisonous? They sting you. I don't know if
They
it's
do sting you.
I
Like you
don't know if
get
it's
the really,
poison.
you get like the massive ones. I don't know. I could be butchering. I've never really studied jellyfish to be honest.
See,
Did you see the fields of David Attenborough talking about it occasionally? And obviously, I was doing very well listening.
as
I
usual.
was like, I was like, yeah, I just don't want to be in that field of jellyfish, to be honest.
You're going to become a what is someone who researches sea creatures? I wonder.
Marine biologist.
That's it. That's it.
Yep, everything. I would study everything except for starfish. Because they'll probably be like, we like paper straws. And I'll be like, bloody turtles as well. They could all get it. In turtles. It's making me change my straws. Unbelievable.
Steve's environmental credentials coming out here.
Hey, I'm not gonna be on this Earth for much longer, so that's okay. It's not me, not my problem.
I
That's
think
the
that's a
next
great.
generation.
No go.
That's all I'm gonna say. It's their problem. I ain't gonna worry about it.
It's a great place to end the podcast. Screw screw the next generation.
I didn't say screw the generation. I just say it's their problem. I didn't say screw them. That's a bit rude. I'd say it's their problem, like the generation did before us. There you go. The saga continues.
Yep.
Well, this has been Marvel in the Madness. Welcome back. As you just utter ramblings of nothingness. And with that being said, I think we'll call it there.
It's been enlightening.
There you go. See you soon.
Take care.